All right, another season in the books. So now we got to figure out that off-season plan. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I already know what I want to work on.
Oh, yeah? Let me hear it then. Sounds good. Only thing left for you to do is put in that work.
Let's do it.
Let's get it then.
A new year means new goals.
Yep, fresh start. Anything's possible.
Indeed it is. So let's talk about the team's overall outlook, and then we can drill in to your personal goals for the first half of the season. Sound good?
Sounds great. Let's do it.
When you reach the mountaintop, your only job is to stay there.
Yes, sir.
Our goal this year is to repeat as champions. Anything less than that, and we have failed to live up to our potential.
No excuses. Just get the job done.
That's exactly right.
Right.
So we're all in agreement. Why don't we talk MP through his first half goals? Coach?
You know the drill by now. We show you a list of goals. You pick the one you want to focus on for the first half of the season.
Been looking forward to this all off season, Coach.
Take a look. Let me know what you think.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a complete player. But I get buckets. That's what I do. And I wanna prove that I'm the best in the league at what I do.
Worrying about getting them stats up, huh?
No. I'm worried about the dynasty that we're building. I'm the offensive engine. And the more effective and efficient that I get, the farther along that we go.
Efficiency is key. Anyone can start chucking to get their stats up, but it's the guys who do it efficiently who drive winning.
And that's what I'm all about, Coach. No gunning, just pure ethical hoops,
Then
right?
we'll keep working till you get where you want to go, and we will focus on key matchups against the game's elite scorers to see who's really driving winning.
And I can't wait. This is gonna be fun.
I'd love to see us working towards a common goal. Anything else you two would like to discuss?
Yeah, I'm good.
Looking forward to getting after it. This is gonna be a great season, y'all.
What's up, MP?
MP, you got that look in your eye tonight. You better watch out.
And the excitement already starting to crescendo, with fans gathering and streaming into the building. And welcome everyone to the NBA on 2K Sports. Brand new season. So glad to have you with us on this journey. Moments away, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce is our reporter. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Houston. On Friday, they head out on the road to face the Hawks in Atlanta. Then on Sunday, they go back home and will host the New Orleans Pelicans.
And that game against the Trailblazers, that's one to mark on the schedule. It's their 5th game of the year, and we should start to see lineups get sorted out.
And now the Los Angeles starters. We've got Holland. He's out there with Dosunmu. Mikal Bridges is out there with Williams. And it's Boomer in at the 1. And for the Rockets, we've got Alperen Şengün. Jalen Green is out there with Amin Thompson. And it's Haywood in at the 1 spot. Grant, nothing quite like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
You know, B.A., for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
Here we go.
It'll be the Rockets off the tip. And let's head to the sidelines for a deep dive on MP's major achievement. Thompson outside. Off target from outside. Here's Holland. And a two-handed jam.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
Here's Haywood. Here's Şengün. Williams grabs the board.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
The NBA becoming more and more global, Clark. Şengün, a perfect example of that.
Yeah, Alperen Şengün out of Turkey. Right now on the fast track to being the best player to ever come out of his homeland. So still very young, but boy, his future is quite bright.
Haywood. Holland with a rebound. Pass to Boomer. From outside the arc. Sends it home from three-point land. Well, MP's on a mission this year, Grant, and it's a tough one. He's trying to win his 6th title. Not many players have gotten into that territory.
Yeah, if you think he's satisfied with 5 rings, you don't know MP. The more titles he gets, the more hungry he gets.
Now here's Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
And that ends their drought. You could feel the frustration building with each miss.
Woo, man, this thing was turning into a soccer game. A lot of action and not many points.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Boomer can't get it to go.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Here's Green. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson.
Sometimes Green just makes it look so easy.
The Lakers have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Here's Boomer. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
They've hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Great execution and attention to detail.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Now here's Thompson. Not a lot of room. Here he goes. Williams grabs the board. Los Angeles leading by 5. Pass to Holland. Williams with the screen. Unloads from 13. Again, the Lakers score.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Haywood. Inside. Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
Here's Boomer. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Boomer's got 7 points. And it's now 3 straight league most valuable player awards for MP. Grant, that's only been done twice before.
Yeah, B.A., and that was by Bill Russell and Larry Bird. So you're talking about entering a select company. MP rubbing shoulders with the creme de la creme.
Haywood shot is off. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 7 and looking good. Lets it go from deep. The Rockets pull it in.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Oh, Williams with the block. Here's Holland. He has 6. Here's Boomer. No good that time. Good D by Şengün. Rockets trail by 7. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And Los Angeles making a change here.
Pete!
All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Pass to Boomer. The three. And that's his 4th bucket of the game in 7 attempts. How about MP, Grant, earning his 2nd first-team All-NBA selection last year?
And MP told us he really wants to make it there again. First-team All-NBA is the elite of the elite. An incredible honor for MP.
Alperen Sengun out there with Amen Thompson. Then it's Green, then there's Whitmore, and it's Haywood in at the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Here's Branham. Give him 8 points now. Over Whitmore. Branham misses.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Grant, there are such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, B.A., they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA. Yeah, just knocking down every free throw. I mean, I love to see this kind of efficiency.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
And that's exactly how you attack length. I love how he doesn't lack assertiveness.
That's well done there. I mean, don't even give him a chance to get to the block. Get in tight and finish at the rim.
Now here's Thompson. Give him 8 points now. 5 to shoot. Pass to Haywood. Three-pointer off the mark. Lakers trail by 3. Here's Holland. There's the 3. Good. And that makes him 6 for 9. A quality game for him so far.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
Outside Whitmore. To the paint. From the low block. Haywood. Bridges against Green. Thompson scanning the floor. Drops in the 3. Thompson's got 11 points.
And their intensity has only picked up this quarter, even while holding the lead.
Yeah, love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
Chalk up 2 there.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
Lakers trail by 5. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Boomer. Sinks it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
Can't blame the deficit on him. He's been scoring at will this period.
Green with the ball. Nice D from Bridges. Amen Thompson, he is feeling it tonight, and he's been the driving force for the Rockets. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. Back after this.
Glad you could join us. The story tonight for the Houston Rockets through 2 quarters, a tightly contested matchup.
depth has been the key for them so far. They've gotten a nice spark from their second unit, especially at the offensive end.
And they've needed every bit of that bench production. It's been the difference. Now let's take a moment here for a look at the upcoming schedule.
You take a look at the Lakers. Like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts out undefeated. It is a hopeful time of year for everybody. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. On the court for the Lakers. Holland out there with Dosunmu. Then it's Williams. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Boomer in at the point guard position. Well, MP is coming off quite the season, Grant, after earning the third Finals MVP trophy of his career.
And that's something that very few players in the history of the game have accomplished. MP has to be proud of that. But we know him, and he's hungry for more.
And Houston has possession, following the score by the Lakers. And it's Green missing. Clark, what catches your eye about Jalen Green at a fundamental level?
Well, it starts with his pure explosiveness. That just jumps out at anybody because he's jumping over everybody, okay? The way he can get up and down the floor and hang and lift. And that's what stands out, his athleticism. And he's actually rounding off some of the rough edges in his game that makes him kind of scary as we go forward.
Once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And down it goes. 2 points.
And you look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Here's Haywood. No good there. Some solid defense from Williams. And here's Dosunmu. No points yet. Here's Boomer. And again, it's the Lakers. Well, of course, last year, MP winning his third MVP award.
You know, hoisting another Michael Jordan award, MP is entering that MJ level. Not just a great player, an all-time great.
And that one's good. Green.
Hey, this team has great confidence in Green's ability to connect from deep. It's really about getting him quality looks.
Los Angeles has gone 6 of 9 from three-point range. Here's Boomer. Tipped.
And, you know, that's their first miss after knocking down 4 in a row to start the half.
Here's Haywood. Down low. Here's Şengün. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Şengün's got 7 points.
Love when Şengün looks to score, especially from the interior.
Here's Boomer. Give him 23. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Well, this is his third All-NBA selection. MP stacking up quite a resume.
No doubt, partner. I mean, MP has been putting in the work and making a case for himself. When you're getting multiple All-NBA selections, that really starts to cement your name among the league's top talent.
Whitmore's checked in for Houston. And the Lakers also making a change. Doncic is checked in for Bridges. To the wing on the left. The fadeaway. That shot, no good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Holland can't hit. The Rockets have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Terrific work from Green inside.
Green finds ways to get it done inside. Really intelligent as a scorer.
Dosunmu on the wing. Doncic deciding where to go with it. Pass to Boomer. Fires for three. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 6 rebounds in the game.
No luck for him this half after being outstanding from outside the arc in the first half.
Houston has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Back to Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Some of these dunks he throws down are absolutely absurd. What an athlete Green is.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to talk it over with his guy. Team's deciding to change it up.
Be up on them. I want them.
The Lakers in the lead. They've got Thompson, and it's Whitmore in at the 2-guard spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Here's Boomer. Knocks down the triple. Boomer's got 11 in the second half.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
There's a screen, and here's Thompson for 3. And that one's off. His 5th miss in 11 tries. Here's Boomer. Pass to Branham. Off with the layup.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
Here's Haywood. He puts up a 3. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 3rd assist of the night. Here's Boomer. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. 3-pointer. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
Making his mark from long range today. That's his 2nd triple of the half, his 5th overall.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. And a new group getting ready for the Lakers. Williams is checked in for Turner. Holland comes in for Portis. Dosunmu, he's checked in for Branham. And Mikal Bridges subbed in for Doncic. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened to Ime Udoka's huddle. He isn't liking what he's seeing out there on the perimeter, saying to his guys, defensively, we're too lax, and they're getting any 3 they want. And offensively, the ball movement, it isn't crisp, which is why we're not getting many opportunities from outside. I want to see improvement on both ends.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Now here's Bridges. Lets the 3 fly. Connects from downtown. And now it's an 8-point Laker lead. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
They've been so aggressive getting out on shooters all game long. Nothing's getting past this defense, and that, to me, has been impressive.
And also, attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
4th quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Pass to Kamari. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Williams has got 5 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And he makes good on his first shot of the game. And the Lakers lead by 10.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are free points you're giving away. You've got to work harder on the glass.
Nice dribble move to get to the hoop for an easy 2.
Here's Boomer. There's the drive. Sweet little floater. Boomer's got 8 here in this quarter.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
Superb anticipation on that rejection. and that'll allow them to stay on the lead if they keep defending like that.
1:49 left in the final quarter. Oh, Jalen Green with the sweet stroke.
Selfless with the rock. Şengün won't hesitate to make a pass out to a ready shooter.
Dosunmu on the wing. Pass to Boomer. Green against Bridges. Here's Boomer. Dosunmu outside, beyond the arc. He buries it from three. Dosunmu's got his first 3 points of the game.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal. Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Lakers.
In today's game, you need to shoot it well from three. That was the difference maker.
Exactly. And the defense didn't rotate out quickly enough to disrupt their shooters.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
The stats tell us that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Boomer.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Here's Green, following the score by Los Angeles. Kamari, no good. Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. Boomer passes to Williams. Bridges with it. Pass to Holland. Here's Boomer. Fires the three. Fires in the triple. Boomer's got 38 points. Ooh, poked away. And so it's the Lakers easily grabbing this one. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
And that'll do it for this inaugural game of the NBA season. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
Right, MP. They can't stop you.
Solid effort tonight on both ends. I hate the Spurs. Make sure you win tonight or it's a long flight home.
What's shaking MP?
You know MP came ready to play.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs as they play against the Los Angeles Lakers. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sidelines. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be playing the Pelicans in New Orleans. And then on Saturday, the Golden State Warriors come into town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And you know, for that matchup with Charlotte, that's one to mark on the schedule. It's their 5th game of the year, and we should start to see their lineups get sorted out.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Mikal Bridges out there with Boomer. Then there's Holland. Then there's Dosunmu, and it's Williams at the 5 roaming the paint. And for the Spurs, LaMelo Ball is out there with Castle. Then there's Devin Vassell. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Wood in at the 4 slot. And this season's still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
And you know, with MP, he doesn't hide the fact that he's out to inflict maximum damage at the offensive end of the floor.
And that should have every other team in the league on high alert. When MP says something like that, they're not empty words. One thing, though, he better be ready for a lot of defensive attention. Stopping MP is going to be the priority for every defense they face.
All right, let's hand it over to David Aldridge, who has a report on MP.
Well, guys, we've got the makings of a shootout in this one with guys on each team that can fill up the scoreboard. When I asked MP if there would be an emphasis on defense, he said, sure, DA. That's for the rest of my team. My job is to put up points. Lots of them. We'll see how that plan works out. Kevin?
Well, defense is huge, but, man, the kid can score. I love watching his game, and this should be interesting. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel. for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Here's Ball after the made shot from Boone. Wembanyama sets a screen for Ball. Down low. Shot from 6. A shot by Wembanyama, no good. Here's Holland. And he makes good on the layup.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
San Antonio with the ball. 4-point game. Here's Vassell. Rebound the Lakers. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
Yeah, great three-point shooting is so often what swings a game these days. When they're rolling from outside, they're tough to beat.
For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Castle, defended by Bridges. Pass to Vassell. San Antonio again missing. Here's Dosunmu. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Floats it up for Wembanyama. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. Here's Boone. Dosunmu with it. Gets a very good look and converts. Dosunmu's got 5 points so far.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. The Spurs making a switch here. Dort's checked in. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for the Lakers. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Well, Stan, when the Spurs landed the first overall pick in the draft, their fortunes changed back on May 16th, 2023.
Look, Kevin, the hardest thing for any franchise is to find the guy that you can build everything around. When they got Wembanyama, that dream came true for San Antonio, and they've got the guy they can build this franchise around for years to come.
Here's Doncic, following the basket by LaMelo Ball.
Creating space, Doncic will move defenders around.
Spurs trail by 9. Pass to Wood. Outside, Dort launches it. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Jason Kidd and I talked a few minutes ago. Now, if you think Luka Doncic is a problem, you're right. Coach told me he reads the situation as well as anyone. They'll try to give him different looks. The goal is just to slow him down and try to make someone else beat us. We'll see where it ends up. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. And that one's good. Doncic.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for San Antonio. They trail by 9 points. Wood a screen on Doncic. And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Pass to Boomer. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. 6 points for Boomer.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Wembanyama high post. Here's Ball. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with all that LaMelo does on the floor, Ball is one of the most difficult guys to guard in the league.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw. he's checked in for San Antonio. The Lakers also making some changes. Williams, he's checked in for Turner. And it's Boomer in for Dosunmu. Here's Ball. Basket counts. Ball's got the lead up to 2 now for San Antonio.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Doncic. Portis is out there with Williams. And it's Boomer. And it's Branham in at the small forward position. It's Vassell on the wing. No scoring in this one. And it's Ball in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Portis.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
And count it. 3-pointer good on the shot from Boone. Now it's a 3-point Laker lead. San Antonio's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Here's Castle. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. The Lakers on offense. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Branham. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Wembanyama, he's checked in for San Antonio. Dort comes in for Castle. Holland, he's checked in for the Lakers. Mikal Bridges comes in for Doncic. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Los Angeles making a switch here. Dosumu's checked in. Spurs trail by 8. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Boomer, in the last game against the Rockets, delivered quite a performance. He dropped in 38 points, and he was really dialed in from three-point land, making a lot of long ones. He ended up with a stat line he's no doubt proud of, and I'm sure he wants to replicate it again. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Wood, he's checked in for Precious Achiuwa. And Castle is subbed in for Dort. And the Spurs with possession here. 11-point game. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Here's Castle. Defended by Bridges. Shot clock at 6. Trying to end the drought. Williams with the block.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Bridges passes to Holland. Here is Boomer. He's covered by Ball. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
That one drops for him. Ball's got 5 points in the quarter.
And with those points, he's able to stop a 15-0 run by Los Angeles.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Right back after this break.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
When I look at San Antonio, I've always loved when I started the season at home. I'd be eating good, I'd be dominating down low, I'd be picking up that big old dub.
So, Shaq, how many of those Game 1 home openers did you actually win over your career?
AOT, Ernie, all of them.
Changing focus now to the tough first half for the Spurs.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping. When you give up that many good shots, it fuels your opponent's fire.
You're like gasoline on a flame, I'd say. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. A fantastic game from Boomer in this one.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
And the NBA, right or wrong, Stan, has been called a copycat league before. If something works, it catches on quick. Is that a fair statement?
Well, I think it is to some degree, Kevin. Certainly, we all watch each other and learn from each other, and you're always looking to see what someone else does in their system that would fit into what you do, but you can never fully copy another team because the personnel is different.
Yeah, every roster's different, isn't it? And you've got to tailor things you want to do with what you've got.
That's exactly right. So if my personnel's not the same as yours, I might be able to take a little bit of what you do, but I can't take it wholesale.
We've got Wood. LaMelo Ball is out there with Castle. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Wembanyama in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd.
And what do you expect from Vassell? He's an accurate shooter from the perimeter.
Bridges outside. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Boone. Here he goes.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Castle. He has 6. Back to Ball. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Pass to Dosunmu. Here's Boone. Buries it from 3-point range. Boomer's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. Now, they've said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle move to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. DA, thank you. On the wing, Dosunmu. Pass to Boomer. Bridges with it. 5 on the clock. Ring shot on the way. Boomer, no good. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. They trail by 16. All right, Stan, let's put that coaching hat back on you. How in the world would you game plan for a player like Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin, and there are no great answers because he's so good. I think when you're guarding him, you want to be as physical as you can and keep him as far away from the basket as possible to negate his length. Defensively, or when you're on offense, his defense, I think you want to use his instincts to block shots against him, take the ball at him, draw him, and get the ball to open people.
It sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but if it were that good, it would work more often against a guy that good.
Williams sets a screen for Bridges. Back to Williams. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Dort, he's checked in. Lakers with some changes. Miles Turner comes in for Williams, and it's Boomer in for Holland. Here's Vassell. Pass the ball. Back to Vassell. San Antonio again missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Boomer. Miles Turner out there with Portis. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Branham in at the 3.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now Vassell. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. And nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity, always a plus.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
Doncic outside. Pass to Boomer. Baseline jumper. Rebound San Antonio. Vassell right side. Here's Ball. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 14 points for LaMelo Ball.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Shoots it. Boomer, no good. San Antonio's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Shots good by Achua.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Boone. And he banks in the layup. Boomer's got 12 points in just the second half.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Achua finds Vassell. It's Dort on the wing. Back to Vassell. From outside the arc. Rebounded by the Lakers. Portis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Boone. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Boomer's got 31.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Los Angeles.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Boomer.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
Doncic passes to Branham. Shot clock at 5. Boom. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Taking no chances, they go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Ball. Achua in the corner. Back to Ball. Pass to Vassell. Now Ball. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Great win tonight, MP.
Son, you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say.
Hey, since you got your own sneaker, now can I get a pair?
Hottest team in the land coming through.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Brian Anderson here. With me tonight are analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the New Orleans Pelicans. On Sunday, they'll start out on the road to play the Rockets in Houston. And then Monday, they'll go up against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
And now the Los Angeles starters. They've got Ayo Dosunmu, Holland out there with Williams. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Boomer in at the point guard position. And for the Pelicans, we've got Zion Williamson. He's out there with Griffin. Jakob Poeltl out there with DeJounte Murray. And it's Clark in at the two-guard position. And this early in the season, there are still so many unknowns, Grant.
You're right. You learn a little about each team in the preseason. But once the games count, things really start coming into focus.
So the Lakers will get the first possession here. Here's Boomer, defended by Murray.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
To the middle. Here's Clark. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Here's Holland. Pass to Bridges. Here's Boomer. Williams, a screen on Clark. Boomer can't get it to go. And here's Williamson. And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Holland with a rebound. Dosunmu with it. Working on Griffin. Here's Boomer. Drills it from deep. Boomer's got 5 now.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now here's Clark. Ooh, Williams with the block. Dosunmu outside. Lets it fly. Again, the Lakers score.
They've come out strong 3 of their first 4 to start the game.
The Pelicans have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you.
New Orleans calls timeout. And here are the Pelicans now, searching for their first points of the game. Williamson outside. Shot clock at 6. Can't cash it in from close range.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to start the game with 4 straight misses. Look, that's about as rough as it gets. It'll get going soon.
Here's Boomer. And another 3 for the Lakers.
I just love the ball movement.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Murray with it. Clark outside. They need this. Ooh, Williams with the block. Here's Holland. Pass to Boomer. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Pelicans trail by 12. Williamson outside. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. The shot, no good. Here's Dosunmu. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
New Orleans calls timeout. Both teams will make substitutions. And here we have last season's best free throw shooting teams. In the third spot, the Lakers. The fourth spot held by the Pelicans.
You know, you really didn't want to send either team to the line if you had any ideas about winning.
Williamson outside. Pass to Giddey.
Watch outside.
Griffin outside. Clock at 6. Nails the wide open jumper.
And that ends their drought. You could feel the frustration building with each miss.
Yeah, not the start that they wanted, but maybe that basket was all they needed to get into a little bit of a rhythm.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Boomer in their last game against the Spurs was all business. He came away with 34 points and was locked in from distance. It was impressive. He just went out there and played his game, absolutely owning the opposition in the process. Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
And Doncic is a walking triple-double threat. His versatility and confidence is really special.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. That's good from Doncic. Julius Randle's checked in for the Pelicans. Clark comes in for Griffin. New Orleans making some changes. Richards comes in for Williamson. And Murray subbed in for Giddey. Murray deciding where to go with it. Counted.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
And Grant, DeJounte Murray, a bit of a throwback player. He's comfortable attacking at all three levels.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he does a lot of work in the mid-range for a guard. He's very comfortable with any shot on the floor. Not shy about putting up a ton of attempts if that's what's needed.
They've got DeJounte Murray. Trey Murphy out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Nick Richards. And it's Clark in at the shooting guard position. That's the Pelicans 5. Tries again. And he lays it in.
Letting Randle get inside with the ball was a bad mistake. His finishing ability got him to the bucket.
Pass to Turner. Doncic on the wing. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Now here's Murray. Puts up a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Murray's got 5 now.
Murray works extremely hard on his game and has put in a lot of time trying to become one of the more consistent players from long range.
Pass to Boomer. Fires from deep. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Out to the right wing. Back to Murray. And here's Clark from downtown. A rebound by Turner.
Not his best night and not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way.
Here's Boomer on the take, and he jams it home with authority.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Well, Richard, as we've seen, sometimes all a player needs to prosper is a change of scenery.
Well, no doubt, B.A. One of the biggest deciding factors in being successful is how you fit into a system and how you fit in with the players around you.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. That free throw, no good. Some changes for New Orleans. Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for Richards. Williamson comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Griffin in for Clark. Eddie sinks the second. Here's Boomer. Last game he had 34 points. 59 seconds left in the second. That one falls. Boomer's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Williamson inside. Williams grabs the board. The Lakers lead by 12. Oh, nice shot by Boomer. Boomer's got 24.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Now Griffin. He came away with 14 points in his last game. Rebound, the Lakers. Holland's got 4 rebounds now. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Bridges passes to Boomer. Now here's Dosunmu. Pass to Boomer. Let's go with a 3. The Pelicans pull it in. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense, or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers, up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
And hello, everybody. What an amazing first-half performance it's been for the Los Angeles Lakers.
The offense has been well engineered, kind of like diesel engine, but much, much more advanced. More like a jet.
Yeah, that diesel engine going to show you real power when that camera turns off.
And moving along, a metric for that first half. Love me some metrics. Checking out the top performer on each team.
When you have 2 players going at each other like this, it becomes a point of pride. That's when the sparks fly. That's when it gets interesting.
For us and for the fans watching. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And it's Murray with the ball for the Pelicans. It's a 14-point game. Let's check in with Allie LaForce. An injury update on Josh Giddey. What do you have, Allie?
Well, the head athletic trainer for the Pelicans provided some information. Sadly, he confirmed that it's a severe injury. It looks like a badly torn Achilles tendon. And this team really needs him. They aren't the deepest squad in the NBA, so we'll see how they move forward, Brian.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
And so in the game for the Lakers, Holland out there with Ayo Dosunmu. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then it's Williams. And it's Boomer in at the 1. And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
The Lakers lead by 12. Boomer passes to Bridges. Dosunmu with it. This one for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Dosunmu's got 5.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Williamson passes to Murray. The kick out to Griffin. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. Griffin's gotten his second bucket on the night.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4 and looking good doing it.
Boomer passes to Bridges. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Ah, nice shot by Boomer.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Clark outside. Here's Pirtle. The kick out to Griffin. Outside Murray. And the 3 off target. The Lakers lead by 15. Here's Dosunmu. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dosunmu's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oh, coming out hot, hot, hot. 4 out of 4 for the field. Okay.
Clark outside. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play. And for Los Angeles, they're shooting really well in this matchup. 62% from the floor. Julius Randle out there with Zion Williamson. Then there's Trey Murphy. Then it's Murray. And it's Hawkins in at the 2 guard. That's the Pelicans 5.
This is not the same guy we saw in the first half. Credit him for finding a way to shake off those first 2 quarters.
Out to the right wing. Here's Hawkins. And a miss there on the triple.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
The teardrop. Oh, nice shot by Boomer. Boomer's got 31.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Outside Murray. Here's Hawkins. Outside Murray. Jacks up a 3. And the 3-pointer goes.
I like how Murray pushes the pace, pulling up for the shot right off the pass.
Here's Boomer. Soft touch off the glass. Boomer's got 9 points now in the second half.
No, he's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the #1 reason why they're winning right now.
Back to Murray. Six on the shot clock. It's hauled in by Portis.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Here's Boomer. Off the mark there with a 3. Pelicans trail by 9. Outside Murray. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Right wing. Here's Hawkins. Puts it up. Rebounded by Branham.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
Luka! Get off me!
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from the inside.
The Pelicans call timeout. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Williams is checked in for Turner. Holland comes in for Portis. DeSumo, he's checked in for Branham. And it's Bridges in for Doncic. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear the Pelicans coach going over their plan during the last break. They told the team to dig deep, play with passion, finish this game out right. We'll see if they do, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Now here's Williamson. Second chance shot. Ooh, Williams with the block. Bridges passes to Boomer. And the layup is good off the glass. Boomer's got 13 points here in the second half alone. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
And here's Clark for three. They get the rebound. Now Los Angeles with it. They're on a 12-3 run. The three. Oh, nice shot by Boomer. Boomer's got 40 points.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Lakers.
Their transition game was the standout for me. Created a lot of extra pressure pushing the ball.
I agree. They took control of the tempo and were really dictating the terms of the game.
And they'll chalk this up as their third win of the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Boomer.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Pass to Williams. It's stolen by Pirtle. And here's Williamson. Tries to break his ice. Some solid defense from Williams. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Boomer. Misses from short range. Griffin with it. Clark outside. Pirtle, the pass to Clark. Now Pirtle. That's good. And it's Williamson with the assist.
Unselfish play there by Zion. Moving the ball to another shooter.
Here's Boomer. And it's good. So we see the Lakers taking the W here. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink.
Great win tonight, MP. You ready to give these fans what they paid for?
MP. All right, baby. Let's get down.
Just a tremendous moment for this team. Each player and coach receiving their well-deserved championship ring. And you're right where the action is about to begin as we welcome you to the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. We've got Thompson. He's out there at Podziemski. And it's Kuminga in at the 4-shot. And for Los Angeles, we've got Williams. Boomer out there with Bridges. Then there's Howland. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3. Well, here we are, Greg, at the very start of the season, and many teams are still figuring things out.
And Kevin, you can't take any of these lineups as final just yet. Coaches might keep trying some new things, tinkering a little bit, and these teams are very much works in progress.
Boomer the pass to Dosunmu. From downtown, and he knocks it down. Good-looking three there from Boone.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Spencer. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas. They set the pick. Lock at 6. Thompson outside. Lets it go with the three. Rebound by Williams. Here's Dosunmu. Here's Holland. And another three for the Lakers.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
That shot wide open.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
And the Lakers have possession after the Warriors pick up three. Boom. And Garuba pulls it down.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Golden State moving it around. Offensive rebound, and it's blocked. And he recovers it. Thompson with the bucket. Lakers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. On the wing, Bridges. Pass to Boomer. Back to Bridges. Here is Boomer. Lets the three fly. And Garuba pulls it down. On the wing, Thompson. Defended by Dosunmu. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. And you look at Boomer. He's absolutely deadly from outside. And, of course, Mikal Bridges. He's another player that shoots it extremely well from outside.
What shooting we saw from them all season. I mean, I'd love to see these guys in a game of horse. They'd probably be draining shots from midcourt.
Doncic is checked in for Dosunmu. Pass to Boomer. Releases. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Shot from the wing, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Boomer, in the last game against the Pelicans, lit up the floor. He ended up with 43 points, and all game long he seemed like he couldn't miss from outside the arc, converting many times from distance. That stat line was really unbelievable. It's something you really had to see to appreciate. Back to you guys.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Los Angeles with some changes. Dosunmu comes in for Portis, and it's Boomer in for Holland. And Golden State also making a change. Thompson's checked in. Here's Dosunmu. Still yet to score. The three for Doncic. Oh, Doncic with a confident 3 ball.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Miles Turner out there with Dosunmu. That's Boomer. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Branham in at the small forward position. That's the Laker 5. 6 on the shot clock. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Thompson.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Turner, and that one good.
Big man play by Turner, using that nearly 7-foot frame to get through the contact.
Williams, a screen on Doncic. Floats it up for Williams. And a slam by Williams.
He does that so well. At his size, he's always a threat to throw it down.
On the wing, Doncic. Turner with a screen for Doncic. Pass to Branham. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one. Warriors trail by 6. And here's Henderson. There's the screen. Six to shoot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, watching that game quarter to quarter, they sped up, they slowed down, but they executed in every facet.
And here are the Warriors now after the basket by Los Angeles. That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Henderson. Here is Boomer. 5 points in the game. Misses in close.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
A minute 50 left in the first half. Pass to Williams. Golden State moving the ball around. And here's Thompson. The Lakers with the rebound. Doncic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Puts it up. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. 7 points for Boomer.
And you got to respect Luka's passing skills. Just a multi-talented player who is all about sharing the basketball.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. In third, the Lakers.
Collectively, I mean, they had an amazing year at the free throw line. Sometimes free throw shooting can be contagious. And it seemed like everyone on their team had the hot hand.
Here's Garuba. Still scoreless. Here's Podziemski. And the Warriors miss again. Lakers leading by 8. Here's Boone. And he goes in for the dunk.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Henderson following the bucket by the Lakers. Pass to Spencer. Henderson outside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Wednesday, they'll defend home court against the Indiana Pacers.
And guys, this is the kind of stretch of the schedule that you dream of. Winnable games at home against opponents you know you have a talent advantage over. It would take a lot for this team to not be successful over this stretch.
And so he makes both from the line. There's 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Holland. Here is Boomer. Now, here's Bridges. Williams has a screen for Bridges. It's good from long range. Bridges has got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down three, you can add it to the list.
And so Henderson will bring it up for Golden State. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And then Henderson with the dunk.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Here's Boone. And Garuba pulls it down.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Henderson. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Los Angeles, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back to the action in just a minute.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
Check it out, Los Angeles. This team wants to do big things, Shaq-sized things, and I gotta say they're looking almost as dominant as Kenny.
Easy, big fella, but I gotta say they are making it look easy, here in this early part of the season at least. And so thinking about the first half of this game, it's likely we'll see some adjustments for the Warriors.
Where's the intensity at the defensive end? They need to get a hand up and contest more shots.
Coach needs to encourage them to be better moving forward, just like I do with you guys.
I'd better put my feet up. It's getting deep in here. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Thompson is out there with Pajemski. Then it's Kuminga. And it's Garuba in at the 5, down low. The shot by Thompson, no good. Los Angeles leading by 9. On the wing, Dosunmu. Here is Boomer. 9 points in the game so far. Williams kicks to Boone. From outside, off the mark.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
We talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Here's Holland. He has 6. Williams a screen. There's the triple. And Holland gets it to go. Holland's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Lakers. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. And you look at Boomer, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
He didn't miss many easy chances last year, and he made the most of the tough ones as well. What a fantastic percentage.
Here's Kuminga. Good on the three-point shot. Kuminga's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
All right, Brent, quickly. First thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jonathan Kuminga.
Physicality, Kevin. I mean, this guy is so dominant athletically that Jonathan Kuminga is a presence out on the floor. If he continues to put himself in the situations where he can put his body on guys and play fearlessly, his game is going to continue to grow. Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
Pass to Dosunmu. Here is Boomer. Fires from deep. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
Well, that equals his three-point total from the first half. He had one before the break, and that's his first three of this half.
Now, here's Kuminga. Thompson looking for an opening.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
To the inside, and it's slammed in by Williams.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Warriors trail by 14. Thompson with it. 13 points in the game. They set the pick. From deep. Again, the miss by Thompson.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Yes, that goes in.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Now, here's Kuminga. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And he's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He's checked in for the Lakers. Outside Portis. Boomer gets the bucket. And the Lakers lead by 12.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
We've got Luka Doncic. Miles Turner out there with Bobby Portis. And it's Boomer. And it's Branham. And it's small forward. That's the Laker 5.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Los Angeles?
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Warriors trail by 13. Thompson outside. Shoots over Doncic. It's rebounded by Portis. Lakers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And that one's good. Doncic.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now here's Thompson. Williams, a screen on Turner. Thompson for 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Lets it go from deep. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Kuminga. Here's Spencer. To halt the run, and it's in there.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Now, here's Dosunmu. Pass to Boomer. Here's Holland. Lakers passing it around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Boone. A three-pointer off the mark. Warriors trail by 16. Now Podziemski. Here's Spencer. Back to Podziemski. Fires for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Podziemski's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Lakers leading by 13. Here's Boone. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
On the free throw, no good. Back when you played, Greg, the offseason was more of a dead period for the league. Not anymore. They want to make it year-round. Every month, something's going on.
Kevin, I love Vegas Summer League. It's given us some extra hoops. It's created a ton of excitement for the future. And also the trades and signings. The NBA is a 12-month-a-year league.
Here's Bridges. Following the basket by Jonathan Kuminga. Boomer, no good. Podziemski with it. Bridges covering. And Brandon Podziemski gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Boom. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Los Angeles.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching any lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Luka Doncic.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Now here's Dosunmu. Pass to Boomer. Back to Dosunmu. On the wing, Bridges. Williams sets a screen for Bridges. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here is Cardinal, defended by Boone. Three-pointer. Cardinal gets the bucket. There's 18 seconds left in the game. Here is Boomer.
Come around, come around.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.
game, another win. Back to work tomorrow.
Way to bring home that W.